Greetings to all fellow seniors and cultivators.
It's a question we've all asked ourselves at some point, right? Is your destiny set in stone? Are we just actors reading lines from a script someone else wrote, or do we actually get to hold the pen? So many people go through life feeling like their fate is this fixed, unchangeable thing. But what if I told you that's not the whole story? Not even close.
Because here's the thing, and it's a powerful one. The power to completely change your life, well, it's already inside you. It's not some treasure you have to go out and find. It's something you just need to awaken. You, right now, have the ability to steer your own ship. So the real question isn't if you can, but how do you start? Okay, so to figure out how to change our destination, we first have to understand our starting point. How did we get here in the first place? It all comes down to this really fundamental universal law. It's the law of cause and effect. And it's the very thing that connects everything we've ever done to where we are right now. You probably know it by its more common name, karma. Now, a lot of people think of karma as this rigid, scary thing, like some kind of unchangeable sentence. But that's not it at all. A better way to think about it is like a perfect cosmic accounting system. Every single action, every cause has a perfectly balanced effect. And the logic behind it is actually super simple. If you plant a good seed, you get a good fruit. A benevolent cause gives you a benevolent result. And, well, a malevolent cause is going to give you a malevolent result. It's that direct. Pretty powerful when you think about it, right? And this piece of wisdom really clears things up. It basically says, hey, want to know why your life is the way it is right now? Just look at your past actions. That's the cause. So your present life is the result of your past. But here's the game changer. The most important part, what you're doing and thinking right this second, that's what's building your future. You're laying the foundation for tomorrow, today. So okay, if our past created our present, does that mean we're stuck? Do we just have to live with it? No way, absolutely not. And this is where we get to the really practical stuff, how to actually change your destiny. See, it's not about trying to go back in time and erase what's been done. You can't. It's about overwhelming the past with so much positive action now. And this incredible positive force, we call it merit. This right here is the key. You can't undo a mistake. What's done is done. But you can absolutely change the final result by focusing all your energy on what you're doing in the present. And there's this beautiful, simple metaphor that makes it all crystal clear. Okay, let's break it down. Imagine all your past negative karma is a big glass of salt water. I mean, it's so salty you can't even think about drinking it. Now, you can't just reach in and pull the salt out, right? It's dissolved. It's part of the water. But what if you took a pitcher of fresh, clean water, and this fresh water is your merit, and you just started pouring it in? At first, yeah, the water's still going to be salty. But what happens if you don't stop pouring? You just keep adding more and more fresh water. Eventually, you've added so much purer, fresh merit that the saltiness is just gone. The water becomes drinkable again. That's what your positive actions can do. They can totally transform the final outcome of your past. So the big question is, how do we start pouring in that fresh water? What's a really powerful, really practical thing we can do every single day to start generating that merit? Well, the answer starts with one simple, conscious, and compassionate choice. One of the most direct and effective ways is by adopting what we call a compassionate diet. Basically, vegetarianism. And you might ask, why is that so powerful? Well, it's because the highest virtue is to cherish life. So when we make the choice not to harm other living beings for our food, we're aligning ourselves with that powerful fundamental principle. It's a profound act of mercy, and it literally stops us from creating new negative karma that comes from the suffering of others. And this one choice, man, it creates this amazing ripple effect. First off, it really helps you cultivate your own sense of compassion for all life. But maybe most importantly, it stops you from adding any more salt to that glass. You're not creating new negative karma. Plus, it purifies your own body and your mind. Every single meal becomes a chance to consciously create merit. It's like you're consistently pouring that fresh water into your life, 3 times a day. Now, I gotta be real with you. Choosing a path of cultivation is incredibly powerful, but it's not always a walk in the park. When you start to make these big, positive changes, you are absolutely going to face some challenges. You're going to be tested, and it's so important to understand what those tests actually are. There's this great analogy for this. Think about it. A piece of jade is just a pretty rock until a master carver works on it. Gold isn't really valuable until it's been refined in fire. Challenges are just like that. They aren't punishments. They're the tools that refine us. The tests we face are the very things that carve and shape and strengthen our spirit, making it truly valuable. So look, when people start to gossip, or when your friends or family or even your own mind start to doubt you and question what you're doing, please don't take that as a sign that you're failing. It's the exact opposite. It's a sign that you're making progress. You're advancing. Your cultivation is being tested. And every time you pass one of these tests, you get stronger and closer to your goal. Because in the end, it all comes down to this. Your life is not a story that's already been written for you. You are the author. And your thoughts, your actions, they are the pen. You're the one writing the next page, the next chapter, the whole shebang.
So yeah, the past chapters are written. Can't change those. But the next chapter, it's a completely blank page, and the pen is in your hand right now. So my question to you is, what will you write starting today? If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Gratitude for the grace of heaven and the virtues of the teachers. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.